Welcome back to our Reading Through the Bible in 1 Year. And as I introduce these sections of reading to you, remember my heart is I want you not just to read, but I want you to understand the Word of God. And so this time in session 15, you're going to be reading Joshua chapter 9 through Joshua chapter 22. And what we're going to find is as you read, the book of Joshua is going to pick up the conquest into the promised land. Remember, this is the land that God promised all the way back to Abraham and then to Isaac and then to Jacob. This is called the Palestinian covenant. Well, this is what I want you to be looking for in your reading this week. When people honor God, they win. And when they don't honor God, they lose. It's kind of a principle we can walk around with today. Chapter 9, they're going to begin the attack of the people in the southern part of Canaan, and they're going to fail. Their first battle, they're going to fail with the Gibeonites, and they've got to figure out why, and you'll see how they do that. But they do. And so the next battle with the Amorites, they have victory. Chapter 11, they're going to move the attack to the northern part of Canaan, and there they experience complete victory. And there the summary of the conquest territory and a summary of the kings. So you'll see basically an explanation of what happened with their victory in the northern kingdom. Now they're going to move to chapter 13, and we still have some unconquered sections of Canaan. But the sections that have been conquered, they're going to be divided up in chapters 13 and 24 among the different tribes of Israel. The land will be divided up between the remaining tribes of Levi, Reuben, Gad, and half tribes of Manasseh, and in chapter 13. Now, Levi is not going to get land. They're going to get cities because they're going to be ministering and serving as priests and minister leaders throughout all of the land and all the other tribes. In chapters 14 and 19, you're going to see the tribes of Judah, Joseph, and then the tribes of Benjamin and Simeon and Zebulun, Issachar, Asher, Naphtali, Dan, and Joshua. You'll see that they will be assigned land of this new conquered gift. In chapters 20 and 21, you'll see the establishment of the 6 cities of refuge. And again, that is that if you accidentally killed somebody, the tradition of that day, that family was responsible to hunt you down and take your life. But if it was basically an accident, you could run to one of these refuge cities, and if you stay there the rest of your life and stay in the city, then those families could not touch you. It was part of God's mercy. And then also you'll see established in these chapters 20 and 21, the cities of the Levites. And again, like I said before, Levites did not get a land for themselves. They were the priestly tribe, but they would be assigned to all the different other tribes to function as priests and as ministry leaders. And so they received these cities called the cities of Levites. By the time you get chapter 21, verse 45, the settlement of the promised land is pretty much completed. So in chapter 22, an altar of witnesses is going to be established to remind them. It's important that we have things around us to remind us here of God's faithfulness. Now we're going to pick up the last 2 chapters of Joshua in our next reading. So again, dig deep and watch what God's going to speak to you as you have your reading this week.